Hello, Mike again. In the previous video, we looked into what MCP is and how you can use third-party MCP servers with Cloud Desktop. And today we're going to turn into creators. We are going to build our own MCP server with Node.js and TypeScript. And we are going to use Cloud Desktop as a client. We won't need any paid subscription. Free one is more than enough. Also, whatever I'm going to be talking about is also backed by a blog post, which you can read at your own pace. It's got all the code examples and maybe a bit more details. And speaking of code examples, here is a repository in GitHub, which you can find my blog post with all the code we're going to write, and you can edit it, you can run it. So, without much further ado, I'm going to jump in straight into the code. So what we've got here is basic scaffold, which is provided by the official TypeScript SDK for MCP. And it's quite simple, although it looks a bit scary. We got an express endpoint, post endpoint, where we create an MCP server and we handle requests, and we got some basic error handling. And believe me or not, that's already enough to put it into Claude. The only thing we need to do is to modify Claude config to add this query server. And we specify its arguments that we're going to use npx and that it runs on port localhost 3000. And now if I run Claude, we'll see it in the list of tools. We got our hello world. But it says no tools available, right? And well, that's simply because we just took the basic scaffold. We have not created any tools. And now it's time to write our own very first tool. And it's a classic example in software engineering. We're going to first write, guess what? Hello world. So let's write the tool. We do server register tool. We're going to call it say hello. And we need to pass a few more parameters, title, say hello, say hello world, and then we add description of this tool, says hello world to the world. So far so good. And finally, we'll add a handler function which performs this magic, and it returns content which type is text and hello world. We can also, I'm just going to close all the brackets, add a console log to see that we actually got this request. And let's see, let's go back into Claude. I'm just going to hit refresh so that it gets information about our new tool. And if I go search in tools, hello world, we have this say hello. So let's try to make Claude run it. Let's ask it, say hello world. And let's see what's going to happen. It's pondering. It asks whether we allow to use this tool, say always allow. And what happens? In the cursor, we saw that we have got request. And we can see here that we have this function responding with hello world. And we can see that this function has been called. Okay, that was our very first MCP tool. Probably not very exciting. Let's go a step further, right? What MCP can be used for? It can be used for retrieving data. It can be used for writing data. But in general, we can say that MCP servers are for extending capabilities of large language models. And we all know that large language models are not very good at math. So let's try to make Claude better at math. Well, kinda. Let's just write basic function which adds the numbers, and we'll also learn how to write MCP tools which accept parameters. Let's do that. So we go back to cursor, and we start doing server register tool. Let's call it add. Give it a title, add two numbers, and description is adds the numbers. Now, because we accept parameters, we'll provide a strongly typed input schema. First parameter A, the first number, and its type is number, and we use Zod for input validation and providing schema. And then when we write our handler function, which appeared here, we can also add console log to specify that we got a request to add this to numbers. We'll see this, our schema, our input parameters, they're already strongly typed thanks to this. Another important thing is this names, title and description. These are not just pretty text. This is something which allows large language model to understand that you need to use this specific tool to answer to your prompt, and how to map the text you have in your prompt onto parameters of the tool. So if you go back to Claude, and if I hit refresh, we'll see that our new tool appears here, and I ask it at 5 and 6. And let's see what's going to happen. Again, we just ask for permission. We say always allow. And in cursor, we can see that we got a request to add two numbers, and like 5 and 6. And here we are. The sum is of 5 and 6 is 11. And we can see our request about 5 and 6. Awesome. So that concludes this bite-sized tutorial. In the next blog post and video, we'll go a step further. We'll write something more interesting. We'll connect an LLM to a SQL database via an MCP server, of course, and we'll do some inventory and sales analysis. And we'll also talk about how you can return structured data, aka JSON, from your MCP tools. That's it. Thank you so much. You can find more information in the blog post and on GitHub. Bye.